Welcome
Hello,
to
Lauren.
the event, Prof. Loh. Good to see you again.
Yes, hello Rajesh and hello Elaine. It's so nice to see you wherever you are. I'm so happy to be here just talking to you virtually.
And I'm feeling knowledgeable just looking at your background. So many books.
Wow.
These are things we have to burn for this fireside chat.
Yeah, so this is a fireside chat. Yes, yeah, Prof. So we are very happy to have you again. Thank you for your continued support to the awards. And so you know, we thought that we will talk to you something that our attendees will be interested in, and things that all reporting practitioners, and you are someone that not just, of course, you have been supporting the awards, you have been a judge from the very first edition, but you run a few other sustainability reporting clinics, if I can call them. Like you have an ASEAN study and Singapore study, SGX companies study and ranks, and you produce a lot of report cards for companies. And I remember last year, Prof. Loh's team produced a report card for all companies that are listed here on the stock exchange by assessing their report and giving them a prescription. So what medicines they should take to improve their report. And I can tell you this, lots of these, almost all companies, they went around in the marketplace and seeking help, looking for that medicine that Prof. Loh has prescribed in that scorecard, their scorecard. So Prof. Loh has also played a very key role in working with SGX and several other stakeholders to continuously improve the quality of reporting, not just in Singapore, but across the region. So Professor, let me ask you this. Since over the years, you have done so many assessments of reports, what do you think makes a sustainability report credible?
Oh yes, Rajesh, that's a very important question. Yes, thanks also for mentioning that I run clinics for sustainable reporting. In fact, I don't only run clinics, I run a hospital intensive care unit as well as A&E. So, you know, anybody who has an urgency to solve any problem, come to me, especially, I know you're asking about a report being credible. I think that's ultimately that's a catch in it. I think the first thing I look for in a report that is credible is it's not green in color for no reason. All the reports, the covers, the pages are always green, and you know it makes you psychologically comfortable, but inside there's actually not much substance. And for credibility in particular, I will look for three things for this credibility. I think first of all is it's good to have the report or even specific items assured, verified by internal or even external agency. I think it goes to the credibility of the report. And secondly, after being assured, I think it's good to be benchmarked, not quite comparing to direct competitors, because first of all you don't usually name them in your report, but at least some industry norms, especially when you talk about materiality. I think that's a shortcut. You just under disclose materiality, so you actually have less work to do in disclosing. So it's good to in a self-voluntary way, expose yourself to the industry norm. And third one is after a shared benchmark, contextualize, not only just within the organization. I think as stakeholders, we like to see how you are dealing with, say, the external, so beyond the organization. So you have a shared benchmark, contextualize, ABC. It's as simple as ABC. Thank you.
Thanks, Prof. Loh. Elaine?
So I was wondering, Lawrence, when you start to judge a report, there's so many reports to look at in these annual awards. When you start to judge a report, what's the first thing you look at? How do you approach it?
Yes. I think there are many things to look at it. The report is, of course, holistic. You cannot go for specific parts. But one thing I actually immediately go to beside the cover, the table of contents, is actually I nail straight down to the board statement. What is the board of directors saying? It's not just saying in a few lines, it's good, it's great, and nothing more. I hope even the board of directors can say something useful to signify, because they are going to sign on the bottom line, even though they technically don't draft the wording. I'm sure it's drafted by someone else, but at least they see the wording, see the narrative, see the story, and Dobby mark, put their thumbprint on it. So I think that's very important. It should not be just a few liner. I hope to see as we go forward, even something more substantive, even writing out certain descriptive or even prescriptive elements of sustainability.
Yeah. So we, in our last summit, we had a lot of discussion around when we had that how to spice up the G in ESG. Do you see any improvement in how the boards look at sustainability reporting, and especially sustainability as part of their core business model and strategy? Do you see things changing?
Yes, definitely. I think even if you look at the sustainability reporting, within the framework of the overall disclosure, even the annual report, not just the financial figures, but the storytelling part of the annual report, I think over the years, I can sense a certain trend of alignment. And I think it's very good that sustainability is not just pursued as an end in itself at the end of the whole exercise. It is completely converged. It's synchronized with the overall business intent, the overall business direction and aspiration. So I think that alignment is something that has picked up, in a very, very certain and progressive way. And I think that's good news.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any suggestions for a lot of practitioners who are here in terms of governance? How can they engage with their boards more effectively?
I think it's not just a matter of showing up in staff in attendance at board meeting and then make a PowerPoint presentation. What happened is the engagement takes place more effectively outside the boardroom context. So I would see, I'm seeing a trend in certain boards now, in fact many boards, where they have board members who are very specific and who are professionally competent in sustainability. In fact, many of the new directors they got in, one of the key ticket items is they are quite well versed with sustainability. So they can actually engage with the sustainability team and also across the entire organization beyond the structure of board meetings, board proceedings, without being, of course, too invasive into management and operation. I think that the board can ask the right questions, provide the right encouragement for the operations, the supply chain part to push towards a higher level of achievement.
Thank you, Prof. Loh. You want to have your last word, Elaine?
Sure. I think, but just picking up on that point, I think as we're seeing now that over the years, boards of directors have had to demonstrate financial expertise, and they've had to be members of the board who have specific financial expertise. I think what we're now seeing is exactly as Lauren says, is a move to board members requiring ESG expertise. And I think we'll see more of that in the future. But just to round off, Lawrence, wanted to ask you, anything stood out for you in this year's batch of reports? Like me, you've been doing this year after year. Any particular insights about what was fantastic or what was awful, or the trends that you noticed in this year's set of reports?
Yes, I think over the years, as Rajesh pointed out, I've been here since year number 1 day, Rajesh, I was here witnessing the genesis of this whole Asian Award. So I'm very happy over the years. I think at the start, maybe for very good reason, many reporters, many companies probably because they are new in the game. So they move from general statements that go on, and the first batch of reports that I see, usually they have generic assertion, everything positive, too good to be true. It's all full of honey milk, apple pie, mother nature. But I think as we go now, especially I think over the years, one key thing that came in that was incorporated in a very diligent way was climate change. So you can see we have actually moved in the trajectory, or even the evolution from from generality to specificity. And I think particularly for some of the requirements in climate change, we cannot just talk about the weather in a general way, literally. So you have to be nailed down to scenarios, nail it down to what are the specific elements of your climate change action. All aspects of environment will now come in very, very squarely. So I think over the years, I think the awards has done very well. If anything, I will have to congratulate CSR works, Rajesh. Of course, Elaine is here from day one as well, for setting up this momentum and for inspiring a learning journey for all the companies. Thank you, Elaine and Rajesh.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you so much.